I'm Josh Strupp. I'm 16 years old. I'm a sophomore, and I lost my father to cancer. It was called adenocarcinoma.
My name is McKenzie Andrews. I'm 16 as well, and when I was 3, I lost my mother to pancreatic cancer.
One day, I remember my parents left, and they went to I heard they were going to the hospital. Didn't know what for. I think I was 9 years old at the time. So, you know, I kind of knew something was up. I was at home all day, like something's weird. And so that night, they came home, sat me and my 2 sisters down in their room, and just explained to us that he had terminal cancer. He was going to die. For me, it went pretty down from there. Just knowing that he was going to die. I mean, he was my dad, so basically, as he went through chemo, it just kind of got worse and worse. You know, hair lost, skin getting pale, skinnier. And I think the worst thing was for me, one day I came home from school, and he had no idea who I was. No idea. Just like, you know, starting to lose his memory, getting really close to dying. He just didn't know who I was. You know how they say when your emotions are the highest, you can remember them most clearly? I remember the exact day that he died, because I remember that, you know, I don't have a lot of memories from when I was 10 years old, but I was coming home from school and I was going to go to a hockey practice with a bunch of my friends, and she took me home instead, and I went inside and my entire family was there. And I even remember drinking a Diet Coke, for example, like, you know, and I heard the news, and I just ran upstairs and went in my room, locked it. And then, you know, for a narrow-minded 10-year-old, you're sitting there thinking, you know, basically all you're thinking is, I don't have a father anymore. What am I going to do? Got a little bit older, talked to people, and I kind of realized that my father wouldn't want me to just kind of, you know, weep and be sad. He'd want me to live life for both of us. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do.
My mother passed away from cancer when I was 3 years old. She was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and obviously I just don't know very much, which isn't something I'm proud of, but it's a very fatal cancer, and most people that get pancreatic cancer don't survive within 5 years of their diagnosis. So I guess she went downhill pretty fast. Last night when I was looking at some pictures, I actually found one, and the difference of when I'm maybe 2 years old and the difference of when you can tell that I'm a little bit older in their pictures of me with her is just enormous. It's one picture is a healthy woman who's obviously very happy, and then another is just somebody who looks like they've come out of a concentration camp, or somebody who's just like gone through chemo and sort of looks like a skeleton, and with like gray hair, and just that must have happened within the course of a year. She passed away just from the cancer, and then my dad told me that was one day when he went home and he just sobbed. When you don't have something, it's almost like you don't know what you miss. And then sometimes, like on Mother's Day, when you make a card for your nanny, like I've done that several times, like through elementary school, you kind of are like, I'm missing something. And there's something I don't have, but I never knew her, so I guess it's just sort of been my life.
I was in an assembly, and this woman came up, and she started talking about how there was a girl in the high school who, over the summer, had raised, what was it, $4,000? Something like that, like a ton of money, just like by herself, in honor of her mother, for the American Cancer Society. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And I was just inspired, like, you know, I had no idea. Later that night, I went online to American Cancer Society's page, and I emailed the woman. I was like, you know, Mackenzie's really inspired me, and I was wondering if it would be possible for USN to start up a team, maybe, you know, for Relay for Life and just to raise money for American Cancer Society. It was kind of like one of those, like, info.americancancer. You know, I wasn't expecting a response. And, you know, immediately it was just like, of course, that'd be great. And so I talked to Mackenzie, and we got a club going. And now we have a Facebook group online with over 100 people in it. We have meetings bi-monthly.
And then also a lot of individual fundraising has been done. When people join the team, there have been several like our friends that have joined online, and they sent it to their grandparents and maybe their parents, and just from that, you know, they raised tons of money, and that's been fantastic as well, because it's sort of like it started with 2 people, and now like little branches are going out, and it's connecting to even more people, which is really
it's pretty cool.
A fun thing to watch happen.
We just started the online donation thing. We just made our own webpage. Within like, 2 days later, we had like close to $300. We were just amazed, because just like you and I, just the 2 of us sent out the, please donate to this link, and it was, what happened? We had a ton of money, so we're like, this is gonna be successful. We're trying to raise $5,000 by May 1st, and right now we're pretty close. Where we
at like 70% there.
Yeah,
we've got a couple $1,000s, which is fantastic.
It's good, and we've raised a lot of money. We've worked pretty hard, and now we are much closer. Of course we're doing it for our parents.
Yeah.
But as well as, of course, we want to raise awareness. Of course, we want to get people involved. It's kind of a joint effort with all of the things that contribute towards it. So
maybe not one, but a blend of lots of good things.